Hello, hello, hello.
Hey y'all, how are you? Just kind of doing our thing, right? Always just doing our thing.
Any mango on my sleeves.
It's like crazy. Anyway, I guess there's so much to talk about as far as the
Yeah.
news goes. Wow, I don't know what to say, y'all.
Uh-oh, you froze.
No, you froze, or did I freeze?
No, you froze.
Well,
I
I
think we
don't know
both
what
froze.
happened because I'm still moving here.
So am I. Do your groove thing.
Oh
Do
my
your groove thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shake your groove thing, shake your groove thing. Oh, is that what they called it back then? A groove thing?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know they did. Don't be trying to play like you don't know that
I
song.
don't know nothing about nothing. Just saying,
Yeah,
just saying.
yeah.
I don't know anything about all that grooving thing.
Trying to pretend like you're just a little tender young thing.
I am a tender young thing, and I have
You've been
virgin
around.
years.
You've been
Virgin
around.
ears. I got virgin ears. I want you to know I got virgin ears, and I
You've
don't.
been around the block almost as many times as me.
Oh, you did not eat. Whose block? I want to know whose block you're talking about because I was thinking about a few things today. It was kind of funny because y'all, P Diddy's thing, you know,
Ugh,
was a big thing at one time, right?
yeah.
Remember, it was a big thing. He had an underground tunnels and he was doing all kind of crazy stuff and all kinds of things were going on and and then it went crickets.
Well, yeah, because he went crooked.
So my thing is, what the devil happened to him? Where'd he go? Where is he? What's he doing? I
I don't
guess
know.
it don't matter, huh?
I guess he's
Oh, I
hiding.
guess it don't matter because
He's
I
probably
don't
hiding.
know. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I don't either. I don't get it either. I don't know. There's so much going on.
We got tons going on. We got Iran doing its thing, and we got Ukraine going after Russia, which, by the way, is making ground. And then we got 3/4, Linda, 3/4 of our navy over there in the Middle East.
Can you guys believe that?
I was listening to this channel, and they were saying we could have whipped Iran with a fourth of our military, just a fourth.
Right.
Why do we have all of them over there? There's more going on than what we know. I'm telling you right now, there
Sure.
is a lot more going on than people want to tell us.
Are they sure that they're all over by Israel, or are they like both Israel and Russia area? I can't believe that they would put all our military in one spot.
Well, no, it's our Navy.
Well, that's what I mean. I can't believe they
Yeah,
would put
it's
all of
our Navy that's over there. And I don't know why they're doing it. I mean, we could sit here and pretend all day long and act like we knew, but I don't know.
right,
It doesn't make
right.
any sense.
Well, something must have happened the other day. Was it yesterday or the day before when they said the Doomsday planes had taken off and they landed at the Doomsday bunkers? Are they just doing practice runs and trying to scare the beep out of
Okay.
everybody?
Well, this is what I want to ask, and I want somebody very intelligent to answer this question for me because apparently I'm not too intelligent. Here's my question. Kamala's out there with that dude Waltz doing their campaigning and doing all their stuff, and they're flying here and flying there and telling shit and telling lies. And whatever they're telling. And Biden's on the beach.
No, he's home now. He's home now.
Nowhere in Delaware.
I don't know. He was with Kamala.
All right. Well, okay. So wherever, whatever who's running our government during all this time of all these people doing their thing while he's on the beach and she's
Well, nobody.
Nobody's been running our government since day one. Actually, in fact, somebody is running it, but Lord have mercy, we don't want to divulge or take down the veil because it's probably the Wizard of Oz.
It could be the Wizard of Oz.
Could be ignore that man behind the curtain.
It could be, the Vatican.
It's going like this. I'm telling you, ignore that man behind the curtain.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like, how's that saying go? Wasn't me, not I. There's a whole lot of wasn't me, not I's. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a whole lot of that goes in our country in a whole lot of different aspects of a whole lot of different things. We got I was looking up today because I wanted something different and special to bring here that nobody had covered, and I was looking up different things. And do you know that the United States is the most sexually active as far as trafficking and essaying and buying and producing and in the world? I mean, I got that. I looked it up and I thought that is the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life.
You know what? I think that is due to two things. One thing, they are grossly perverse over here. Grossly perverse. And I think the other thing is that it was kept under the sheets, so to say, for so long.
You know what? That's exactly where I was going, Linda. I think that this thing has been going for a long time. Way back in during the Little House on the Prairie time. And everybody, it just kept growing. And it kept growing, and it became more acceptable and more acceptable and more acceptable until it turned into this massive explosion of perversion.
Well, it was, I think because back in the day, you didn't talk about the special time you had in the bedroom with your husband. Nowadays you got the Hawk Tui. You got the Hawk Tui girl.
Well, I think you're going to have to explain that Hawk Tui thing to me because I never even heard of that Hawk Tui.
Oh, because you haven't heard about it. It's all over.
No, I don't even know what that means. See, that's what I'm saying.
They were interviewing a girl one time, and she, in her 20s probably, and they says, what do you think or something, pleasing a man or something? She's like, you got to Hawk Tui and spit on that thing. She's multi-millionaire now.
See, there you go. That's what I'm saying. That's what it takes, y'all. Really? Is that what it takes? I've been watching this one channel, and I love this girl so much that I'm not even going to divulge her name because I just think she's amazing, and all the things she's gone through is totally amazing. But I've been watching her, and when I was growing up, if you were a Mason, you were really somebody really they held you at high standard because remember they were always the ones that were doing the clown cars in the parade, and they were taking care of the sick children, and they were well, they've got a chapter that isn't any different in their chapter than the Illuminati, and they're called jesters. So I'm telling you, everywhere you look, in every little thing that we hold dear, there's perversion somewhere.
Yeah, there is.
And I'm I don't know, maybe I'm not doing life right, because I could be making a heck of a lot more. You know what? We ain't going there, because I ain't doing that. No, not hell no, because I'm telling you what, the good Lord gave me this. And it may not be a whole lot to look at, but it's enough for me to look at. And poor Clyde's got to look at it every once in a while. And you know what? That's enough. That's enough. Because I don't. I got something on my nose here. Driving me crazy. I just don't think that I want to. I think a lot of things get pushed under the rug, so to speak.
Well, what do they say? They turn a blind eye.
Oh yeah, they're blind eyeing it all. I'm telling you. And you know what? And it's okay. I want you to know it's okay, because you know why? Because they say it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. If that was your daughter, would it be okay?
Oh, let me tell you. We went to the county fair last night.
Oh, tell me.
And I saw this girl. And she had out. And it wasn't bad enough from the front, but when she walked away,
you froze up for me.
She walked away, it was worse than Daisy Dukes.
Both sides. Was her whole fanny hanging out?
Just about. And it's like, there's no way my daughter would
You're kind of freezing up and kind of.
These girls, it's getting ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And then now, mind you, this is a county fair. So obviously families are going there, and young ones that can read. And we walked past this one that was, they do woodwork, and they had like carving boards and cutting boards and stuff like that. And I looked, and here's this one that said, and it was right up in front. And it says, once you put your meat in my mouth, you'll want to swallow. And it was right in front. Like if my grandsons would have been there, they could have been standing there reading it. And I thought, that is disgusting. That is despicable and disgusting.
And he was awfully proud to wear it, wasn't he?
And it's like, no, I didn't even walk. He had some nice stuff, but I refused to walk over to the table to go look. Because it's like, that's despicable with kids.
We don't need to know about your meat, and we don't need to know about what happened to intimacy.
I don't think that they know
what that means.
I don't think they know
word is what intimacy is.
I don't think they know what to make love means, because they don't. It's just hit it and get it, or get it and hit it, whatever.
Well, but isn't that stemming back from way back? I mean, isn't it going way back?
I don't know.
I'm going to tell you something. In the Bible, it says that a woman should not um, deny her husband, or a husband should not deny their wife, right?
Right.
But some religions, this is me sucking because it just makes me sick. Some religions take that scripture and they turn it around where they think that the children in their family are supposed to be submissive also. That's not what that means. That's not what that means. It's between a husband and a wife, not a husband and multiple wives. Have you ever noticed? I mean, this is how crazy this whole situation is. Have you ever noticed it's a husband and multiple wives? It's not one wife and multiple husbands.
Oh no, because they would never stand for that.
Well, why not? Because maybe I don't want to look the same face. That's not what I'm saying.
No,
Dear
I know
Lord,
what you're
that is
saying.
not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying this whole world has evolved around men this, men that, men. And I'm not saying that I don't want to take power away from men, because you know what? Men are a very important factor as far as our.
Well, yeah.
But I'm just saying, what makes it okay for a man to have umpteen wives?
It doesn't. It doesn't make it okay.
Well,
But
you know what?
you know what I've come to the conclusion of is that in this day and time, I'm not saying in the past and I'm not saying in the future, but in this day and time, it's all about man, money, and sex. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Man, money, and sex. Or I could even go so far as to saying instead of man, power. Power, money, and sex. That's what this whole bull crap is about.
And going on that same thing, if woman doesn't take care of herself and protect herself, my daddy used to say, it's how'd it go? It was 5 minutes of fun and 9 months of pain, and now I got a baby to name. A man can do his thing and he can walk away. And just that simple. Just walk away. How many men do you ever see really go to jail or have to pay their child support? Not very many. Not very
My
many.
first husband, every chance I got, I would know that there'd be a warrant out for him because he didn't pay child support. Oh, he never paid child support. I did get a last child support check when my son was 24
Oh
in the
my
amount of
God.
$22. Yeah.
Oh, $22.
In 24 years.
And he was 24 years old. So you didn't even get $1 for every year.
Mm-mm.
This is what I'm
No.
saying.
What
This
I
is
used
what
to
I'm
do,
saying. You know what? Men should be totally ashamed of themselves. Totally ashamed of themselves.
well, not one, and I found out he's got 6 kids that I definitely know about. 6. And whoever knows how many else. And not one of them has his last name. And not one of them, only 2 of us ever were stupid enough to get married to him. And everybody but my son their kids got adopted by their husbands.
You know what? It's sad. Men
Mhm.
have gotten away with a whole lot of things. We got a president that is a sniffer, and he can go up and sniff all the kids and do all his thing. And I mean, I can't even watch. It makes me sick. It
Yeah.
makes me sick. And men have gotten away with a whole lot of crap for a lot of years. You don't hear every once in a while. Now, I ain't gonna say I haven't heard of some things where some women have done some pretty off things. Like, remember that one teacher that and then she married him, and I think they're still married. I don't
Oh,
know.
no, no, no.
That was kind of weird too. But and she went to jail for it, by the way.
Right. Yeah, they had a baby. They had a baby. I think they ended up having like 2 or 3 kids because when she got out of jail, they got married.
Yeah. But okay, there you go. And when she got out of jail, see, that was the thing. She really liked that young kid. She was in love with that young kid. Men aren't like that. They go to jail and they come out and they find someone else. I mean,
Yep. Yeah, if I'm not
I'm
mistaken.
sorry. I don't want to be hating on men. Okay. I'm not hating on men. I want y'all to know I'm not hating on men because I think men are very amazing species. But I'm just saying it's kind of funny how all these occults and all these things where they have all these women and they can get away with all this stuff and it's all okay. Our society has made it that way.
Yeah.
The Bible didn't say that women are bad. The Bible said that man will be the head of the household and the woman will back him up. It doesn't say anything about him having umpteen wives or sniffing on kids or having playgrounds underneath their house. I mean, come on, guys.
Well,
America
that
has
that
turned
was
into the sex pot of the world. It's
and
sickening. It's
okay.
sickening.
So here's a theory. The theory is that, they took religion or Christianity out of the United States or tried to their best, okay,
Mhm,
to
mhm,
take it out of the United States.
mhm,
So therefore, if you don't read the Bible or you don't and nobody that you know of was Christian or anything, you're never going to know those things. Like I have literally heard a woman, somebody was saying something about God created woman out of Adam's rib. That's why they have one less than us. And
mhm.
so that, you know, he's the dominant one. And some girl was like, F that. She's I'm as equal as he is. And it's like, no, really, you're not.
No, you're not. That's like them saying that that it's like that boxer. All right, we were talking about that the other day. All right, so if a guy goes through puberty, right, and he goes through puberty, his body mass and everything is going to be so much stronger than a woman. It's just the way it is. That's the way the makeup is. That's the way it happens. And they're saying, oh, no, no, she's female. All right. Well, maybe she was born a female. Maybe she was born a hermaphrodite. I don't know what was going on there, but she sure had a whole lot of testosterone going on there, and she had a XY chromosome. And so I'm just kind of thinking that something, something ain't right. It just don't smell right. Sorry.
Right. No, I agree with you. I
And
totally.
here's a little hidden thing. Have you thought about this for just a second? Somebody brought this up, and I thought, wow, I never thought about it that way. So, this, whatever, you want to call it, man, woman, whatever. I mean, I don't even know how to refer to it anymore. Gets in the ring, and then they're saying it's okay. So basically, what you're saying is it's okay for a man to beat up on a woman, right? Is that what you're saying? Because that's exactly the way it's coming across. It's
Well,
all right. It's
yeah,
all right.
and I don't think God intended that, the man be dominant and,
Not
you
like
know,
that. Not like
yeah,
that. Not like that. No,
no, no,
absolutely not.
no.
Not like that. No.
And in other news, now
Okay.
that we bashed
Now
everybody,
that I bashed every man that ever walked on shoe leather, and I love y'all, but that was, you know what? I had to get that out because it's kind of bugging me a little bit. I'm
yeah.
gonna let you do your thing for just a second because I gotta run over here real quick. I'm being beckoned, but I'll be right back.
All right. I think, when we were talking on Tuesday, Connie had brought up something about MK Ultra. And I did a little deep dig dive into it. And it was a real thing. And it was the most top secret thing that the CIA ever had. And it will probably be denied to this day. And what they did was it was mind control. And they did it from the 1950s to this like 76ish, mid 70s, mid to late 70s they did this. And they would get people and they would do different various things for mind control. It's very, very real, and it kind of started during the Cold War. And that is how we think that they are. I think you're muted. That is how I think that they are still doing this and getting these kids to do things like, what they did to President Trump. And they're doing it through social media. They don't have to bring them in anymore. They can just put it out on social media. How do you know that that TikTok that your teenager is watching is a real person and not an actor? You don't know that. You don't know that. And that's one thing I will say is that my grandsons, the one's going to be 13, the other one's 9, and I know there's a lot of people out there that give their kids phones. My grandsons still don't have a phone. Now my older grandson has an Apple Watch, but that's only so that if there's an emergency in the school, he can hide somewhere and either call 911 or call his dad. That's the only reason he has one. And they have parental settings on it, and it gets shut off 5 minutes before the bell will ring, and it doesn't turn back on until 5 minutes after the bell rings. Not that he, has a lot of friends calling him or any of that. He doesn't give his number out to anybody. That is for emergency purposes only. And, the thing that really makes my heart, I guess, beat is the fact that they don't even push the issue. They're not like, we want a phone. I want a phone. All my friends have phones. All my friends have social media accounts. They don't do any of that. None of it. And if you talk to them, they'll even tell you social media is ruining the kids. I mean, when another kid and a 9-year old, when he looks at his dad and says, Dad, these kids are all nuts. When a 9-year-old can look at his father and say that, there's a problem because they're not on social media. They can detect and see what is happening with all these other kids. And the other thing the 9-year-old said was that, it's really sad that if you act up and misbehave and your parents get mad at you, 9 times out of 10 you'll end up getting something because they're like, if you could just behave, I'll buy you something. Now that's from a 9-year-old's point of view.
Well, then you get rewarded, right?
You're getting rewarded for being bad.
Well, isn't that our thing? Isn't that our country's values right now? Let's reward bad behavior. Our whole country rewards bad behavior. It's all right, because I'll tell you what, I believe so much in karma that it's funny. I got to tell you something really funny. So the other day I was watching this podcast. I'm going to make you really laugh. All right. So I was watching this podcast, and this person said, Kamala's middle name is Debbie. I heard Debbie. All right.
Out, Connie.
And I thought her middle name is Debbie. I know some Debbies that wouldn't be too very happy about having her as their middle name. And so I said, I know some Debbies that are going to change their name if they know that that's her name. Her name isn't Debbie, it's Devi. 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 It's like, wow, that's her name.
Royal Apple.
Kamala Devi. Kamala Devi. Hey, Royal Apple, I got to ask you a question, Royal Apple. I want you to answer me, because you know what? You're really smart. You're one of the smartest people I know. You're so smart. I want you to answer me a question. If Biden's at the beach, which he is all the time, right? Because we all know that he likes to hang out at the beach, right? And Kamala, you know what somebody called Waltz, Waltz or whatever his name is? They called him a eunuch. How about that one? That was something else. Yeah, I'll bring that up in just 1 second, Sandra. Wait till I tell him about that. So if Kamala is with Waltz doing the campaigning and Biden's at the beach, who's running our country? Y'all tell me who's running our country.
The man behind the green screen.
Don't pay attention to the man behind the green screen. All right. Just want to bring that up. Yeah, who's in command? Yeah, right. We already know who's been in command. Y'all, Sandra brought something to my attention, and you don't know it, Linda. Wait till you hear it. Right?
I'm waiting.
Okay, I'm going to bring it up. They're bringing in ATM machines. And if you can't prove that you have been vaccinated, you can't get no money out.
Oh, well, that's good. I don't use ATM machines anyway.
Yeah, but that's beside the point. Come on, give me a damn break. Really? Are you really going to freaking go there? That's a bunch of crap. Plain and simple,
Well,
that's a bunch of crap.
They threatened with all that crap before. And
well, they're doing it now.
And actually, I was talking to my mom today, and my mom was telling me that they have
all right. Royal Apple,
the monkeypox is so rampant.
She said she didn't hear what was going on. No, it won't give you any money if you don't have your code, if you're not updated in your C19 shots. Get that one if you're not vaccinated. Really? Who are they? Are they not taking our rights away a little bit at a time? And now they're starting to take them away majorly. Don't you know what?
Following in
Don't hold
Canada.
my money hostage
They're
because
following.
sorry.
That they're taking it right out of the book of Canada. That's what they're doing. Right out of the book of Canada.
Yeah, but that's not
Because the
fair.
Canadians said that they couldn't get their money during the whole shutdown.
Royal Apple, if you don't
And if you don't go follow their rules, they'll shut your money off.
Right. If you don't have your vaccine, you're not gonna be able to get any money out of your ATM. How about that? Who gives them the right? That's what I want to know. Who gives them the right? And by the way, isn't this Mpox, which they call the monkeypox, but they're saying Mpox now because they said it's like they don't want to call it that because it's bad juju or whatever. Isn't that the same thing as smallpox?
That's what I was always taught.
That's what I thought too.
Well, you're supposed to get, now all of a sudden, you're supposed to get boosters. If you were born before 1970, you're supposed to get boosters on all of your shots that you only needed X amount in a lifetime. And now, if you were born before 1970, you should be getting the German measles and the mumps.
We ain't going there. I ain't going there. I got a scar on my back to prove that they gave me that damn smallpox shot. I am not going there. I am not going to let our government shoot any more crap in me. No, absolutely not. No, sorry, y'all.
No, and when I was talking to my mom about this today, she was telling me that the HEF and WHO were going to have a meeting, and in October they're going to announce another shutdown. They're going to discuss it at the meeting, and then they're going to announce another shutdown. Doesn't that sound just so ironic, since they know Republicans vote in person and Democrats vote at ballots? Here comes, let's smell out the deceit again.
Shutdown. Let's do it. You know what? Y'all know, don't you? Can't you smell the cheat coming on? Come on. It is about as heavy of a smell and thick as fog. It's coming on, y'all. It's coming on, and they're going to do every single thing they can do. And people said, and I did too, I am guilty, that these other heads of different countries were afraid of Donald Trump. I don't know so much that they were afraid of him as they had a whole lot of respect for him. I mean, there's a difference. And I think they had held him in a whole lot of respect and thought to themselves, you know what? If this man says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. And so I don't think they were afraid of him. I think they just knew that he would do whatever it is
they knew he meant business.
Yeah.
They knew that what he said, he meant it.
Yeah. And now we got a marshmallow that is going, Lord have mercy. Who is running our government? Who? Get it? Are you getting what I'm saying? Who is running our government? WHO. Who
Who is
is
running the
running our government? That's right. Because you know what? Come on. Fauci should have went to prison a long time
Oh
ago.
my gosh.
That
That guy should
man,
win.
that man should have went to prison in the 70s after looking up the things that he did in the 70s. And they just let it go by and they let it go by. Well, you know what? There's enough stuff. We've let enough stuff go by. Y'all, we're letting all kinds of stuff go by.
Yep.
Yeah, Royal Apple, if you don't have if your vaccinations aren't up to date, you're not going to be able to get any money out of the ATM. Who are they to tell you that? Again, I keep saying AWHO. Who are they? And now they're going to put a mask on us again? I don't think so. I ain't wearing no damn mask. You know what? I think that mask killed more people than I think that mask killed more people than the disease itself. I
believe
looked.
so.
I
I
looked up
believe
one
so.
time. When you breathe out carbon dioxide, you breathe in carbon monoxide, right? Am I right there? Or vice
No.
versa, whichever, however it works. But when you put a mask on, you're trapping the carbon dioxide that you breathe out and you're breathing it back in again. No, it's not good.
Yep.
It's not good. And there's other things too, because depending on where you're at, if the mask gets cold and it's wet and you're breathing in that cold air and it turns to ice and it's freezing cold, you're breathing in. You know what? That was a dumb idea in the first place, all the way around. Every way you look at it, it was a dumb idea. People did it. They made it all fancy and made all these fancy masks, but it was dumb. It was dumb. Sorry. Don't get me on my rant on those stupid masks. I had more fun making fun of them.
I don't know if it's you or if it's me or if it's somebody else, but our stream is really sporadic tonight. Like you keep freezing up.
You do too. See, now you're frozen.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm freezing up and you're freezing up, and then we get those spinny things on the screen, I think somebody's messing with us. They don't like what we're saying.
I don't care if they do or not. Who cares? I'm gonna get my
Well,
word
if
out
you
there. I'm gonna
disappear,
get my
guys,
word out there. So
you'll know what happened if we disappear all of a sudden without saying goodnight.
yep. Because they may just shut me down and say, you know what, you said too much.
Because
I'm
yeah,
telling you, y'all, life ain't right now. It ain't right. See, now you're frozen. We could shut it down and restart
crazy.
it. I don't think it's going to matter, but we can if you want to.
Nah, no, we don't have too much longer to go anyway. So, and then they'll count it against us time wise.
Y'all, this is what I got to say. All right. I've been talking a lot of negative tonight. And I have. And I have been preaching. And I'm preaching for a reason. Because you know what? I know in my heart of hearts. Remember, I keep telling y'all about this Red Sea moment.
Right.
Keep it in the back of your mind. Connie told me that there's going to be a Red Sea moment. And I'm going to tell you, if I haven't preached it for the last year, we're going to see a Red Sea moment. And it is going to be epic. It's going to be epic.
Well, yeah. I mean,
It's going to be epic. You're going to see things that you have never seen before.
right.
You're going to see. I'm just telling you, don't panic. Don't panic.
Right.
Best place to be is in your home. Remember, okay, Royal Apple, let me ask you a question. When the big plague came through, what they say, put lamb's blood on your door and
Above
stay
the
in your
door.
home. And
Yeah.
stay in your home. Well, we're not going to go quite that literal, but
Right.
yeah, it's a good place to be. Just stay in your home because it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be something like the Bible has. This is something. This is something the Bible didn't tell.
Stay in your house and lock
Stay
the door.
in your house. You'll know it.
Lock the door.
You know what? The church. They always talk about the church, right? The church is the people who believe, not one church, not the Catholics or the Lutherans or the Baptists. No, the church are the people who believe, right? That's the church,
Right.
right? And I think the church is going to know exactly what's going on. And they're going to feel it in their heart and they're going to stay inside. And they're going to know this is our time. Just stay inside, shut the door, let them do their crazy stuff. Let them do whatever it is they're going to do because they don't believe anyway. And we'll just stay inside and we'll have a party inside. Because you know what? That's what the Lord wants us to do. That's what I'm saying.
I am.
I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be epic. Just saying.
Hi, baby. Hi, baby.
Life is
You want
gonna
to say hi to everybody?
different than you know it.
Okay, Sandy, Royal Apple, I got a special treat.
Look, y'all, it's gonna be special. Look, oh my God, I can't wait. Look at you, beautiful. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh, she froze. Doggone it. Look at you. Oh, you're so beautiful and so innocent. You are so beautiful.
Say hi. Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Videos. Okay, we're back. There.
Beautiful.
Now you can say hi.
Hello.
She wants daddy back. Yeah, can you say hi to
Hello, baby. Hello, baby.
She's too busy with all
She's a
the
sweetheart.
flashing lights. There she is. Looks like I got her in an arm wrestle. But she's too busy looking at all the flashing lights.
She's like, look what's going on there. People are looking weird, and I ain't going there. What?
No.
You know what? Royal
this is
Apple,
the
you're
only-
right. What an angel. What an angel God trust. You know what? These are the crystal children. These are the ones that are going to save our world right here. That beautiful little girl and her honest little face and her beautiful little smile. Dear God, keep her protected. What a blessing.
You ready to go back to Daddy?
What a blessing. What a blessing. That is a blessing. Well, I think we lost Linda again. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Because maybe they don't want me to get my word out. Maybe
Yeah.
they don't want us to get our word out. But I'm going to tell y'all that things are going to be totally different.
Oh, thank you.
Remember, I don't know, because Royal Apple's quite a bit younger than me, but do you remember the poster that had the cat on it that said, and it had, it was like, hey, and it's like, hang in there, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're at. Hang in there, baby, because you know what? Things are going to change. They're going to change a lot.
Yeah, ain't that the truth, Royal Apple?
I
He
want
says,
to say, go ahead.
say when Trump is in charge, I want to see a lot of people going away to jail. Absolutely, so do I. And I want to see a lot more going to jail for treason.
Yeah, and it's going to happen. You know what? There's another thing that I looked up today, and I am so mad. All right. I have never, since I was 14 years old, ever not had a job. Never. Since I was 14 years old, never have I not had a job.
Many moons ago.
And yeah, that's been many moons ago. And I haven't had a job since October of last year, of this last year. Which is okay, because you know what? God said, you know what? You're going to be fine. And I'm giving my faith, you know what? I'm living in his word. But I'm going to tell you this. The best thing I ever heard Trump say, he said it today. And he said, we have done nothing but farm out all of our employment. Do you know that last month alone, there was 350,000 people who lost their job just last month.
But they're gaining hundreds of thousands of jobs every month.
No, they're not. What they're doing is they're farming them out to other countries.
Well, yeah.
And or they're giving them to our illegal immigrants. Dude, you know what? We need to take care of us before we start taking care of other people.
Well,
And so I was talking to somebody the other day on the phone, and I thought, what country are you from? What country are you from that you're taking care of my business? Oh, the Philippines? Well, that's nice. You got my job, or you got somebody else's job? Really? You know what they're doing is they're hiring cheap labor. They can hire them for cheaper than they can hire us for, and they think that we can just starve, because you know what, we won't work for pennies. Well, we were used to a certain amount of income, and now you're gonna farm our jobs out and give them to, we ain't living like this. I'm telling you right now, it ain't happening. It is not happening. And Trump said, we're bringing our jobs back to the United States, and nobody's going to be outside the United States. And we're not farming our jobs, and we shouldn't. Why?
no.
What? Explain something to me. If I've got in my backyard, which I don't, but if I did, if I had a, a whole oil rig in my backyard, why should I buy oil from another country if I've got oil in my backyard? Why?
Right.
Why? Because you know what? It's to tear us down. We import everything, we export nothing. We grow. They're making it where we don't grow anything, we don't do anything. We are going to be dependent on all the other countries, and that has never happened in the history of the United States.
Well, that's what they
This is
want to
what we
do.
got going on. This is what we got going on right now.
Right.
And we can't do that.
Right.
We
Right.
can't live like that.
Right. No, I agree. I totally agree. But boy, we got way off track tonight.
Sorry, I was
Yeah,
I was
that's
a
okay.
little aggravated, and Connie was going to do her rant because you know what? I can't believe that our whole world, our country, has changed so much that they twisted it, and you know what I heard? Nancy Pelosi was the one that did it.
On what?
Yeah, I heard that today too. That made me really laugh. That was the only joke I heard all day long. Nancy Pelosi did it all. It was all her. Are you serious?
Good night, Sandy. Thanks
She's
for
not
watching.
smart enough. She ain't smart enough to do all that by herself. I mean, come on, guys.
Well,
Really?
I mean, wait a minute though. Let's give her some credit because
No, she ain't
she
smart.
could have.
She
Wait,
just
listen to the credit I'm going to give.
well, okay.
She is smart enough to screw up the country just as bad as it is. So give credit where credit is due. So if she wants to take credit, then yeah, go ahead, dumbass.
Well, you know what? Her daddy was a head mafia person that was in political standings, just so y'all know. I've looked up her background too.
Yeah. We've gone from deep state to bad state, real bad state. It's beyond deep state now.
Yep. Yep.
It's beyond deep state. It's who you ever think is running the country.
You know what, Royal Apple? I don't think it's Pelosi. I don't think Pelosi is sober enough to do it.
No, I think
We can pretend that it's Pelosi and Hunter, but I'm going to tell you who it really is. It's Obama. He's a Muslim, and I may get my channel strike for that one, and I don't care because it's the truth. The truth is the truth. And Obama wants his fourth term because this was his third term. And I don't believe for 1 second that he's beyond doing anything. I don't believe he is beyond doing anything. The things that I have seen about him and read about him that I'm not going to go into here, that man is not beyond anything.
nope. Nope, that's for sure.
He is a scary person.
All I can say is this: can you imagine where we would be if Trump wouldn't have gotten in for those 4 years he did? Can you imagine? Where,
Oh, we'd be right now in a communist state where people would be telling us what to do, and we would be in food lines. Yep. So we need to pray and pray heavy. And you know what, Royal Apple, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to pray heavy, 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 heavy. And you too, Linda, and anyone else that's listening, pray heavy, heavy, heavy for Trump's family, because listen to me for a second. You can do whatever you want to a person and they'll take it. All right. They went after him. They went after his money. They want to put him in jail. All right. He stood strong, right? They tried to shoot him. He stood strong, right? But if they go after one of his sons, that's when your heart breaks. So we really need to pray hard. And I mean hard, for his family members so they don't do anything stupid.
yeah, you're right, Royal Apple. They want to shut the Trumps up.
They do. And we need to pray hard for that family, because
Right.
don't go after my babies.
Right.
And I have a fear. So
Right.
in saying that, our time is again over. I love you, Royal Apple. Good night, Sandy. And love all you guys that rewatch. Don't be in fear. Don't live in fear. God's got this, right? That's what I got to say.
Right.
God's got this.
I love you guys. Have a safe and wonderful weekend. And we'll see you back here on Monday.
Miss you the whole weekend.
You what?
We're going to miss you the whole weekend.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Most definitely. But we'll be back next week with some fun and laughter and some news.
Monday's a fun day. We don't know what we're going to do.
We're trying to come up with something really fun to do, like
We'll
have a
figure it
trivia
out.
night or something.
We'll figure it out. But I love y'all. And we'll talk on Monday.
Night, 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 Connie.
Good night.